Sweep algorithm is another heuristic that can be used for vehicle routing problems. In this problem, basically you have a vehicle with a certain capacity, so you cannot put more item than that capacity. And you may have multiple vehicles or a single vehicle making multiple tours. And the idea is very simple. You assume you are on a map and your customers are marked on that map and your depot again marked on the map as well, and you start from somewhere. This is totally arbitrary, and you start sweeping the map. Okay, as you sweep the map, in this case I'm gonna go counterclockwise, so I hit this customer first. That means I'm gonna serve that customer, then I hit this customer, and then this, and then that, this one, and finally this one. While I'm hitting those customers, I keep an eye on their capacity, and whenever I reach the truck capacity, I start a new truck. For example, let's say these two would be a route, and perhaps these three would be another route due to the capacity constraint. So I would have two constraints. Okay? It is very simple, as I mentioned earlier. So you are just trying to sweep the map in one direction or another. Okay. Right. Here's an example. We have a trucking company, and trucks have 10,000 units of capacity, or vans have 10,000 units of capacity. So we are asked to define the routes for the vehicles so that we minimize the distance traveled. Okay. Here's the example. Right. On this example, basically, I'm gonna assume, let's say I start somewhere here, okay, where my depot is, and then similar to the earlier case, I'm gonna go to counterclockwise. Okay, so let's say I use the truck 1 first. Okay, so if I sweep this direction, the first customer is this one, and it has capacity of 4,000 units. Okay, then I keep sweeping the map, okay, in that direction, and I hit this customer. Okay, that is another 1,000. That brings my total load to 5,000, so that I still have some capacity. Okay, and if I continue sweeping the map, I guess I'm gonna hit this 3,000 first. Okay, that brings me to 8,000, and then if I continue, I will hit this 2,000, which brings me to 10,000. That means at that point I have to stop for the first truck. Okay, so my route becomes this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Finally, I will go back to the depot with the first truck. Okay, next truck 2. This time I'm here. Remember, this is my sweep direction. I'm going this way. So first guy is gonna be this 1,000. Okay, then I will hit this 2,000. Another 2,000 brings me to 5. Then another 2 brings me to 7. Another 2 brings me to 9,000. Okay, and if I continue at this point, if I sweep one more, I'm gonna hit this 3,000, and which brings my total load to 12,000, which is gonna be infeasible. So I cut it here and say this is 9K, and my truck is gonna carry that much. Okay, and I'm gonna just write the truck 3 here. So my second route is basically, okay, and then finally let's say I'm here again, sweeping in that direction. I hit 3,000, 3K, and then depending how you are reading, perhaps 2,000 or 3,000. Let's say I read the 2,000 first, if I was really doing on a map and carefully sweeping it, and then the next 3,000, which brings me to 8K. Okay, so my route is gonna be, okay, this is my truck 1, truck 2, truck 3. So I'm done with the routing, and that is hopefully a reasonable route. Okay, and when I say reasonable, it's not far from the optimal route. And if you think about all the loads here, you cannot use less than 3 trucks anyway. The only thing is perhaps you could improve the travel distances, and I don't think even that is possible on this map. Okay. All right, that's it. That's how sweep algorithm works. You choose a point where you are going to start the sweep and the direction. You just choose those arbitrarily and come up with a route for your trucks.